A bank loan, very, very, very seldom is going to happen. You can have the world's best business plan and you can have some of the best people, but I'm telling you, I've been to banks, I've talked to them about loan business loans, and at the end of the day, they shake your hand, pat you on the back, and wish you a lot of luck, and you walk out empty-handed. So what do a lot of business people do? They borrow money from family. They use credit cards. They take out home equity loans. They finance it themselves, or they do creative financing for a business. Okay, that's probably, I'm going to ballpark it at probably 99% of the way businesses get. Do I recommend you go out and put thousands of dollars of debt in credit cards and open 50 credit cards to start your business? I absolutely do not. I think the last thing the world of business needs, especially a new one, is to start off in debt. But there's some businesses that would have never opened had the owners not done that. So I'm not saying that's not a legitimate way to do it. I personally am not comfortable with taking on a lot of debt to open a business. Frugal Brothers has some debt, but not much in the grand scheme of things, and we maintain a debt cap, and we're not going to go over it no matter, we'll do without before we take on too much debt. And I just don't think that's a real good way to go. Make sure that you set up your bank account, your business, and that's another thing. Keep your business finances totally separate from your personal finances. Use a program like QuickBooks, Microsoft Office Accounting, Peachtree, one of those accounting packages. There's also some things on the net that you can use. But keep your business finances totally separate from your personal finances. Just common sense. And believe me, if you ever get an audit by the Internal Revenue Service, you're going to thank your lucky stars that you did that. You don't pay your car payment out of your business account. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you can, pay yourself a salary. Pay yourself a salary. Pay Social Security. Pay FICA, Medicare, and all these things out of that. Because you're going to need to have Social Security someday. You're going to want that Social Security and Medicare someday. So you need to do that. If you're a sub-S corporation, you can pay some of your salary, your money in a dividend, and you don't have to pay self-employment tax on it. If that's another thing, if you are a sole proprietorship, welcome to the world of self-employment tax. That's a little over 15% of your profit. So the government says, okay, you took in you had a profit of $50,000, cough up 15%. That's your share that goes towards Social Security and Medicare. Then you pay income tax on the $50,000 to boot. It eats up a lot of your profit, goes right down the tube to taxes and Uncle Sam. So I want you to think about that. That's another advantage of incorporating as a subchapter S. Pay yourself so much in salary, so much in dividends. Talk to your accountant what's right for you. So you've done that. You've got your business checking account set up. You've got it incorporated. You've got your federal tax ID number. You've got your licenses from the state. You've got your location, whether it's your home office, all that. What's left? How about buying equipment and furniture and computers and software and all that stuff for your business? Leasing is certainly an option for equipment. Most lease companies are reluctant to lease to you until you've been in business for 2 years. Know that going into the deal. They're very, very reluctant leasing to a brand new enterprise. They're just not interested in really talking to you. You might find somebody, but probably not. In a prior show, I talked about purchasing refurbished computers and equipment. What a godsend when you're opening a new business to buy refurbished equipment. You can save a ton of money on computers. You can save a ton of money on office furniture by buying gently used office furniture. And I would recommend, there's this furniture that you can buy. It's like kit furniture. One company, I believe, is called Souter. They make some nice looking stuff that's fairly inexpensive. And you go into a lot of startups and you see a lot of their stuff in there. It looks nice, but it's really pretty cheap. Got to be honest with you, the stuff looks real nice for a few months and starts scratching and denting pretty badly. I think you're better served by going to a used office supply store, furniture store, and buying used furniture, better quality used stuff over the cheap new stuff any day of the week. It's going to hold up a whole lot better. Do not skimp on your office chairs. Not a good idea. If you're going to be sitting in these chairs for 8, 10, 12, 14 hours a day, get the best office chairs you can afford. That makes sense. Get the best monitor and display that you can afford, because you're sitting there staring at that screen all day long. But look at refurbs. Look at the Dell outlet. Gateway's got one. HP's got one. Look for refurbs on that and get a bigger monitor. It's easier on the eyes staring at it all day. Be smart. Look at using things like Vonage and Skype for your communications needs, for your phones and so forth. But make an investment. When you buy something, make sure there's an upgrade path, a path to it where I don't have to the next time around I got to replace it. Get something, pay a little bit more maybe up front, but get something that there's a clear upgrade path. In other words, plan big in the very beginning. Build it small, and then plan for scalability. Follow those steps when you're putting your business together. Plan it big, plan for growth. Start out small with it, but make sure that whatever you buy can scale, that you can add more computers to it, you can add more equipment, etc., without having to reinvest. It's like a phone system. With your phone system, with your servers, with your network switches and hubs, spend a little bit more money up front so you don't have to replace it when it's time to grow your business. That's going to save you a whole lot of money over time. Finally, I say this. Go for it. You're never going to get your business off the ground with an aha moment if you fail to execute. Execution is key. Until the minute you decide to pull that trigger and get that business off the ground, it's all just paper. It's just all an idea, no more, no less. Well, listen, we're going to call it a little early tonight. I'm your host, Bruce Naylor, the Frugal Tech. My motto is, if it doesn't make you money, if it doesn't save you money, and it's in your shop, get it out of there. Have a good night, and we'll see you next Tuesday.